Okay, today we're going to be showing you how to gain access to the internal components of the RA-60TB unit. And as you can see, we've already went ahead and removed the filters. If you don't know how to do that, go ahead and watch our how to remove the magnetic style filters. So now that we got those off, next thing we're going to want to do is make sure that we have the power cut off to the unit, as we're going to be exposed to a lot of the wires on the internal components. So make sure that the power is cut off, just to avoid any injury. Once we make sure there's no power, then we can continue. So the first things first is the filters off. Next step is to go ahead and get these side panels out. Now there's two side panels on each side, and they're actually being held in place by two screws, one at the bottom, one at the top. So we're going to go ahead and get these two screws out, and then and same goes for the other side, and then take off the side panels. Okay, now that we have both screws out, we can go ahead and take off the side panels. You can see I've already taken off the right one. I'm going to go ahead and take off the left one. You can actually just grab it from the side on the inner part right here and give it a nice turn to the outside. As you can see, we can go ahead and set this aside. Next step, we're actually going to want to go ahead and remove this bottom panel. And we're going to do so by removing two screws, the two ones from the outer side. We're not going to worry about the ones in the middle. We're only going to be worried about the ones that are actually here on the frame itself. So that's one, and then two on the other side, right here. Okay, as you can see, we actually have both screws out, and now we're actually going to be able to grab onto the back of this right here, and then slide it out. So it's going to slide right down. Make sure you have a nice grip on it so it doesn't fall and hurt you. And go ahead and set it down. As you can see, now we have gained access to all the internal components. Okay, in this step we're actually going to be showing you how to replace the LED driver for the RA-60TB Range Hood. As you can see, we've already gained access to all of the internal components. And what we're going to go ahead and do is actually locate the LED driver, which is this black box right here, right behind the control switch. And as you can see, it's being held in place by two screws. One here, and then the other one right here on the back side. So those two screws are actually holding this LED driver in place. Now what we're going to do is, before we actually go ahead and disconnect everything, we're going to go ahead and transfer the connections over to the new LED driver, so we don't get confused about where all the connections go. So we're going to go ahead and count the connections on the current LED driver, which is 1 and 2 and 3. So we have 3 connections coming from the LED driver, and as you can see, you're going to have one connection on one side right here, and then 4 connections on this side, but 2 are jumpered, so we're only going to worry about the outer ones. As you can see, the same orientation goes for this new. We're going to have there are 2 open connections right here with the 2 jumpers, and then we're going to have the one opening on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and do is disconnect one at a time. So reconnect it to the new one. Same thing with the other one. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer over the third connection, and then once we do that, then we can actually go ahead and uninstall the LED driver. And we're actually going to do that by go ahead and we're going to actually take out one side, but we're only going to loosen the other one. As you can see, the openings on here allow for us just to go ahead and slide it out. So we're going to leave the one on this side just slightly loose, and we're going to remove the one that's on this side, take it out so we can go ahead and slide it back this way. And then installing the new one, we're going to slide it in, line it up to the other screw, and re-tighten everything down. And the LED driver has been installed and replaced.